What's up, everybody? As I told you, I'd make a statement about what happened with the 27 and the race at the Fat Daddy 61. Pretty disappointed. The car got tore up pretty bad, but we got it worked most of the way out, as you saw, with it being on the frame machine and all. The race, all in all, I think it was a success for the track and for the Martin family. Everything went pretty good. They had 10 cars show up. Couple catastrophic failures. Myself, Colby Fitzgerald, Adam Gunner, we all lost our cars. Me and Adam lost them pretty early. I felt like everybody thought we'd probably lose them later in the race, and they'd be, if they could ride around, they could win it. But great showing for the 25 crew. Great showing in most of the divisions. There was some excitement in Road Warrior, and the open wheel had some pretty good racing, and pretty much everybody. The street stock, the Dawkins, they put on a clinic. They'll be tough to beat now that he's got his feet wet and he's got a little success under his belt, which he had some already, but a win like that's a pretty big motivator. Really did a good job setting the corners up and being able to make passes very, very clean. So my thoughts on the Fat Daddy. We started out the race as probably I should have rode around a little bit, but we started out the race riding around, and before the race even started, the car was running about 200, and I was thinking 200 degrees. I was thinking that there might have been a little less temperature once we got up to speed. I knew if I could stay out from behind the cars that was in front of me, which I really just planned on riding around for the first 31 laps and staying on the lead lap. But as the race went on, Burchett in front of me, he was a little bit loose, a little bit sideways. Looked like he set his car up for the long run to get tight as we went on. And I wanted to go ahead and get out from behind him. So if he did spin out, I wouldn't run over him and be tearing the car up early in the race. So as we went on, I made the pass and got around him. Brock was putting some pressure on us from behind, and that was, just racing. We wanted to get in a good spot where we could ride, and it didn't happen. I got behind Derek Moore and couldn't make the pass on Derek Moore before what happened. Some people say, that Burchett spun me out. Some people don't know the truth. That's just all there is to it. As I was coming down the backstretch, the car didn't show any signs of what was about to happen, but what happened was catastrophic, and it didn't have anything to do with Brandon Burchett. Actually, as we topped about midway down the straightaway, I ran up on Derek pretty quick, a couple laps into it, but then we started to fade, and as we started to fade, what I wasn't realizing was the motor was binding up. So going off into turn 3, the motor bound up, it dropped oil. There was no way Brandon could have stayed off of me. Even if he would have gotten the brakes, he would have still got into me just because of what happened. When the motor drops oil like it did, it threw number 4 rod out. He hooked to me and obviously had nowhere to go. Spins me sideways, did exactly what he should have did to try to not create any more of an ordeal than what it was. Probably would have been better if the car would have spun all the way around. It would have allowed the whole field to miss me, but by the time a couple cars missed me, my dad hits the oil, slides sideways, hits the front end of the car, and that's why we're on the frame machine, and that's why we're in the position that we're in. It actually wasn't anybody's fault. We went over the car, we changed the oil this week, tried to make sure that we was going to be ready to run and be consistent. The motor showed zero signs over the last few weeks or the laps before or any of that we was going to have this issue. It just happened. Motor's been in the car since, I'm assuming Roy built it in 2018, so it's been a really good motor. Nothing major. I feel like the car was handling better than it had handled all year and handled better than it had handled since I had it. We threw some adjustments at it for this race to try to be where we was. Everybody was close. We all qualified there in the 60s. There was nothing Brandon Burchett could have did. There was nothing I could have did, nothing my dad could have did, or anybody else that would have stopped what happened from happening. And it's just something that happens. I'm not mad at Brandon. There was no intent behind what happened, and y'all just jump to conclusions that there's a beef between people, and that's what makes it so easy to get you guys to watch these videos. And I really do greatly appreciate y'all watching the videos, and I hope that you'll continue to subscribe, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscriptions. And with this YouTube channel, what I want to do is I want to help young racers. I want to help bring attention to new people that haven't watched or been to the racetrack before. That's something that I want to do. So I greatly appreciate if you guys would share all of these videos that I upload, and just help me out in my quest to not really do what the Donnie Show does. I don't want to promote races or anything like that. I just want to promote myself and help any drivers get their ideas out there. If you've got something to say, please do. You see the other videos that I've got up. If you just click that like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. And in the future, once I get to 1,000 subscribers, and through my quest to get there, I'm going to be doing some giveaways and helping some local drivers with things that they may need as I see fit as we go along. And if you guys see something or somebody that may need something, let me know. Reach out to me about sponsorships and things of that nature, and I'll be more than glad to help you. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. And Brandon, let's race on, dude. It was a good race. Wishing I would have been there in the end. And congratulations to Chase Owens.